Hey Dog Bros, Josh from Digiwoof here, and welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to be diving into our payment a little bit deeper and setting up our invoices, our payment links, products, financing, and more. And so I'm in my Clicks account here, and we are going to go ahead and dive into payments. And we're first going to look at invoices. So the first thing I would recommend doing is going to our invoice settings here, our little gear next to our new invoice button. And so inside of here, we can go ahead and place our information as far as uploading our logo, putting in our business information that we want to show. So you may want to take out any sort of home address, anything like that. After you've changed this, make sure you save at every level. We'll move on to email configurations. This is where you're going to set your from name and email, so business name and the email you want it to show as coming from. And so in the title, you can title your invoice, so invoice from business name. You can put in some terms, so we can say, hi, person's name. Thank you so much for being client. We are so excited to help you, etc., etc. Please find your invoice here, and then anything else you may want to add as far as notes they might want to know. We can save and move on and go to payment settings. We can set a default due date. So this is typically going to be 5, 7, 14 days maybe. And then we can also decide if we want to allow partial payments. So we could say, okay, they have to pay at least 75% of the payment or 50% of the payment. And please know that we also offer financing through Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm. So that may be another way of offering your clients flexibility with payments instead of offering partial payment. So if we move on to product settings, we can go to reminders. This is where we can set reminders for our invoices. We can turn the reminder on. We can create a invoice template and see what it looks like. And we can also edit within the builder here too. And then we can decide on the frequency as far as how many times we want to send a reminder for our invoices. I can save and move on. And in most cases, you are not going to be using custom fields for invoices. And then we can go to notifications where we can set our emails for both an invoice being received as well as payment being received, or payment failed, auto payment information, etc. And then we can also go to team notifications where we can set up notifications for internal, letting us know if we have received payments. Now, I would spend some time going through this thoroughly and making sure this all looks right for your business and your brand. And so we're going to back out of settings here, and then we can go ahead and go to invoice templates. This is where we can go ahead and create an invoice template for the different services that we are offering. So we might have an invoice for our initial consults, for any of our packages, etc. The first thing we need to do before we create invoice templates is go to our products. And this is where we can create products for the different things that we offer. So our consults, our packages, etc. So I can go ahead and create a product. If you are creating an online store within Clicks, you will need to decide if you want to display this product inside of the online store. We will give it a title. So initial consults, we'll give it a description. We might connect a photo to it. So maybe you decide to make some nice branded templates inside of Canva for your different products. You will decide if you're charging tax on this product, and this would be any taxes that you've created within your account. And then we are setting prices. So is it a one-time payment of $150? And then we can also create additional pricing. So maybe we want to say, okay, it's going to be 2 payments of $80, for example. So if they pay in full, they get a little bit of a discount. And so we can say custom, let's say every 2 weeks, and it's going to be 2 payments of $80. Okay, so you can create multiple prices for a single product if you're wanting to offer flexibility with a payment plan. But again, I will note that we also have Klarna and Afterpay as well as Affirm for financing. So as soon as you've connected to Stripe, that'll automatically be connected. And so if we go ahead and look at an example invoice, we can see that if we go to pay, we will then have Afterpay, Klarna, as well as Affirm. And so if we go back into our invoice templates, we can go ahead and create a new template. If you filled in the settings for your invoices, then your logo should already be appearing. And then we are going to add the item for this particular template. So let's just say this is our initial consults. I can then decide to change this up a little bit as far as what I want to say. I can then go ahead and save. We can see that I forgot to change the name of it. So I'm going to go back and edit. And then at the top here, we can say that this is my initial consult template. Okay. And so you'll want to go ahead and create a template for each potential invoice you might be sending. And then I am going to show you one more way that you can invoice that's a little bit faster. And so if we go into our contacts and just pick a random fake person, we can then go ahead and go to our request payment. We can then say, okay, I just want to invoice them for board and train 3 weeks. I can put in a price, make sure the date looks right, and then I can copy and send. That can be either SMS or I can do email. What I should have done first if I wanted to do email is switch to email and then request payment. And so if we go into our payments, we can see that created an invoice. And so invoices can be automated to where we send them as part of our client onboarding, which we'll go over in another video, or you can just send your invoices manually as well. You can create recurring invoices. So if you have a recurring service like dog walking, for example, and you're going to be sending the same invoice over and over again, you can create recurring templates. And then beyond invoices, we can go to payment links. Payment links allow us to create quick links where we can then have clients go and purchase something. And so this is similar to invoices, except that we don't have the ability to create reminders for our payment links, but this is just another simple way of getting payment quickly. So if we create a payment link, we can pick a product. We can then go through our options and decide, do we want to allow these things? We can change the branding here, add terms and conditions, and then save. Okay, so now that we've created that, we can go ahead and copy the link and then go send it to someone, or we can create a trigger link as well if we want to refer to this link in the future. So I can say 6-pack payments. There we go. Okay. And so that is our payment links. And then if you're wanting to offer coupons for any of your services, let's say you're offering a sale, you can go to coupons and create a coupon. So you'll add the coupon name, the code, the type. So do we want it to be a percentage or a fixed amount? We need to put a start date at least, and then we can say, do we want it to go on forever, or is there a certain end date? We can limit this to say, okay, only the first 100 people can use this, or we can have it be ongoing. Limit it to select products or offers that you have. We can limit it to 1 use per customer. And if this is something that might be a subscription, you can also offer discounts on subscriptions too. Okay, and so now that we've gone through all of our settings, we've connected our calendars, we've gone through our payment integrations, and we've set up our forms, we're now good to move into organization inside of Clicks. So in the next lesson, we are going to be building out a client pipeline to keep your clients organized.